After the father passed away, he left behind an old worn-out leather bag. When Sam opened it, he found something shocking: $150,000 in cash. At first, he thought he had hit the jackpot, but his excitement quickly turned to anger. Because inside the bag, there was also a note with a name and an address, asking Sam to deliver the money to someone named Frankie. Confused and torn, Sam didn't know what to do. How could he just give $150,000 to a complete stranger like that? Determined to find out who this person was, Sam went to the address. There, he found a woman living with her child. Convinced she must have been his father's mistress, he tried to listen in. It seemed she had just received terrible news over the phone. She rushed to a neighbor's house, ripped out a page from a newspaper, and hurried off. Sam followed her to a church, where a support group meeting was being held. As he listened to people share their stories, his curiosity about the woman grew. Who was she? What was her connection to his father? But when she finally stood up to speak, what she said left Sam completely stunned.
American record producer Jerry Harper died in Los Angeles Tuesday after a long battle with cancer. He is survived by his wife and son. So, it's official. I don't exist. Woohoo! Beginning to think the editors at the LA Times are even bigger pricks than my dad was.
Sam realized that the woman in front of him was his half-sister. After the meeting ended, Sam went up to introduce himself. He hadn't yet decided if he wanted to reveal their connection. He was just curious about what kind of person his sister was. However, after a brief chat, Sam didn't get any useful information. Back home, Sam told his girlfriend everything that had happened and said he had decided to keep the $150,000 for himself. However, his girlfriend was strongly against it, insisting that Sam should at least tell his mother first. Sam, though, had already made up his mind and wasn't willing to listen. The argument escalated, and his girlfriend, disappointed and thinking Sam was blinded by greed, left him. What she didn't know was that Sam had been in serious debt due to a work mistake and was even facing legal trouble. That money was like a lifeline to him. However, her reaction hit him like a harsh slap in the face, leaving Sam frustrated and conflicted. Feeling unsettled, Sam found himself in his father's old studio, a place he hadn't been to since he was 8 years old. He looked around at the shelves full of CDs and the photos covering the walls, realizing how little he actually knew about his father. He never imagined his dad had another family. What was even harder to swallow was that his half-sister seemed to have been the favorite. Despite his feelings of resentment, Sam decided to learn more about his father's other family. After all, they were connected by blood. He began watching his nephew, waiting outside the boys' school, and followed him into a record store. There, he saw the boy sneakily pocket a CD when no one was looking. Sam told his nephew not to steal, but to his surprise, Josh not only ignored the advice but also snapped back, saying Sam was meddling in his business and threatening to bite his finger off. Sam was left speechless and had no choice but to pay for the CD and drive the kid home. During their conversation, Sam learned that his sister, Frankie, worked at a hotel downtown. However, when he arrived, he realized it was not a hotel at all, but rather a lively bar. Concerned, Sam felt a knot in his stomach. But when he saw Frankie serve a customer and then turn around with an unwilling expression, he couldn't help but smile. Once the bar cleared out and the customers were gone, Sam decided to approach Frankie again. To avoid looking like a total stalker, he acted like it was a coincidence.
Are you following me?
No, I had a work thing in the lobby downstairs at 8 p.m. just ended. Thought I'd come up and check out the view in the pool.
Uh-huh. You know when people are lying, they tend to over-invent details.
To ease the awkwardness, Sam quickly changed the subject, mentioning that he had just happened to pass by the church last time and was sorry to hear about Frankie's father's passing. However, Frankie brushed it off, saying she didn't need sympathy because the bastard had abandoned her and her mother when she was just 8 years old. Sam nodded, saying his father had just passed away too and hadn't left him with a good impression either, so he totally understood Frankie's feelings. But before Sam could ask more, Frankie cut the conversation short, claiming she had to go home and take care of her child. The next day, Sam packed the money that was supposed to go to Frankie into his suitcase, planning to head back to New York and pay off his debts. But when he spotted the backpack Josh had left on the sofa, his heart softened. Meanwhile, Josh was causing trouble at school. He threw a piece of sodium into the pool, which caused an explosion and left a hole in the ground. The principal called Frankie in, ready to expel Josh. Despite Frankie pleading with the principal, she remained unmoved. But after thinking for a moment, she quickly came up with a clever argument. She blamed the school for letting students easily access sodium, pointing out that it was clearly a failure in management. If it weren't for Josh's quick reflexes, he could have been injured. She refrained from filing a complaint against the school, which she felt was already generous. The principal understood Frankie's implied threat and agreed to revoke Josh's expulsion, but with the condition that he must undergo psychological treatment. Unfortunately, Frankie's work schedule made it difficult for her to get him to appointments on time. She had to make excuses, explaining that it was because there were too many parents picking up their children. But Josh quickly blew her cover.
No, it wasn't.
Kinda was.
Kinda wasn't. Can I talk to you alone for a second?
Eventually, the therapist refused to provide any more treatment for them. That night, Frankie, feeling troubled after just leaving a support group, accidentally dropped her cigarette but into her bag. As she scrambled to dump everything out of her bag, Sam appeared in front of her again. But this time, he was there to say goodbye. Sam asked how she had been lately, and Frankie, seeming to find a release, spilled all her recent struggles. Hearing what Frankie was going through, Sam couldn't help but feel a pang of heartache.
You seem like a really great person. And you know, I'm not a professional parent or whatever, but I'm pretty sure there's no such thing as a textbook mom. The kid's really lucky to have me. Bye, Frankie.
Sam's sincere comfort finally allowed Frankie to lower her guard. She started sharing her past as if she were talking to an old friend she'd known for years. It turned out that Frankie had once been a heavy drinker, constantly caught between sobriety and hangovers. It was only when her son was born that everything changed. As a kid, she always wanted her father to care for her, but he remained cold and heartless, abandoning them for another family. Seizing the moment, Sam asked Frankie what she thought about this other family. But to his surprise, his sister said,
I hated them. They got him.
The next morning, Sam canceled his plans to return to New York. He lied, claiming there was a sudden change at work and that he needed to stay here a bit longer. Perhaps out of guilt or sympathy for his sister's situation, he took Frankie and Josh out for a seafood feast and accompanied them to watch a beautiful sunset. At that moment, Sam didn't realize that everything he was doing was stirring feelings of affection in Frankie for this stranger. That night, Sam couldn't sleep. The next day, he handed over the $150,000 left by his father to a lawyer, asking them to pass it on to Frankie. Afterward, he took Josh out to buy a ton of groceries, filling the fridge to the brim. However, when Frankie got home, she didn't seem happy. She had received a call from the lawyer about picking up her father's inheritance, but she didn't want to accept anything from the jerk who had abandoned her. Sam encouraged Frankie, telling her she could use the money to buy a house, get a degree, and change jobs. This wouldn't just be good for her. It would also greatly benefit Josh's future. But Frankie became wary at his words. She realized that Sam was getting closer to her family, even forgetting that he would eventually leave. The thought of how Josh would handle Sam's departure was too much for her to bear.
What do you want here? You want me to tell you to stay?
No.
Is that what you're looking for?
I said it. I would like you guys to be happy. That's it.
That's all you want.
She had developed feelings for the man in front of her due to his constant care and attention, but she had no idea that this man was actually her half-brother. When Frankie was 8, her father abandoned her and her mother, choosing another family. Before he passed away, her father left behind an inheritance of $150,000 for Frankie, which is how Sam found out about his half-sister. However, Sam hadn't revealed his true identity to Frankie yet, because he knew she resented him and his mother. But now, the situation was slowly spiraling out of control, and Sam realized he couldn't hide the truth much longer. He knew he'd have to come clean eventually. Just as Sam was struggling with how to tell Frankie the truth, he suddenly heard the sound of his mother falling. He rushed to the living room to check on her, but his mother insisted it was just a trip. However, Sam wasn't convinced. He checked her medical records and discovered she had been diagnosed with arteriosclerosis years ago, something she had kept secret from everyone. Even after Sam confronted her, she refused to undergo any surgery. With everything happening recently, Sam couldn't shake the feeling that all of their family's tragedies stemmed from his cold and unfaithful father.
Seeing that your father is too dead to defend himself, you got me. Let's hear all about how bad you had it.
He was a liar.
Professionally,
It's a lot to live down to.
Under his mother's persistent questioning, Sam finally revealed the truth. However, when he mentioned his sister's name, his mother's extreme reaction made it clear that she had already known about her all along.
Did you know? Answer me. Did you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. He hid $150,000 and gave me instructions to give it to her.
Stop it.
He wanted us to meet.
I don't want to hear this.
He has a grandson. What did you do? What did you do?
It's been lovely to see you, Sam. Maybe we'll do it again in another couple of years.
Seeing how things had come to this, helpless Sam decided to leave and return to New York, where he still had to face the lawsuit his company had filed against him. Before leaving, he picked a few of his father's CDs to give to his nephew, Josh. However, when Josh found out, he didn't want Sam to go and asked him to spend more time together. Remembering what his sister had said, Sam decided not to give Josh any false hope.
Enough with it. Enough, okay? Let's eat pizza, Sam. Let's play video games. I have real shit to deal with. I can't babysit you because you don't have any real friends. Just don't look at me like that. I have to go back to New York now. Will you tell Frankie that I'll call her when I get there?
You tell her, douche. I'm not your fucking secretary.
Despite this, Sam still decided to leave. He didn't want the misunderstanding between Frankie and Josh to deepen. Just as he was about to board his flight, Frankie called again. After their argument, Josh had been bullied by 2 students once more. But this time, instead of backing down, he grabbed a book and knocked one of the bullies to the ground. Frankie was on her way to the school and hoped Sam could come too. But when she learned he was already at the airport, she hung up the phone, disappointed. However, when she rushed to the school, she found that Sam was already there and had taken care of everything. Back home, as Sam looked at Josh lying in bed, it reminded him of his younger self. He tried to console Josh much like his father would have done. Slowly, Josh opened up and made peace with his mother and Sam. After putting Josh to bed, Frankie walked over and hugged Sam tightly. She had never felt such a strong desire to lean on someone before, but Sam gently pushed her away, knowing that if he didn't reveal the truth now, the misunderstanding would only worsen.
I'm his son. Jerry, he's my father. He asked me to give you the money. I wanted to tell you. I should have told you. I was.
Stop.
Frankie, I'm so.
Get out.
I'm so
Get out.
sorry.
Get out.
Frankie.
Get out. Get out! Get out of my house!
I'm going.
With nowhere else to go, Sam reluctantly returned home, feeling overwhelmed. But when he opened the door, he was greeted by his mother's beaming smile. Knowing it was too late to return to the company, Sam decided to put his troubles aside and focus on taking his mother for the surgery she had been avoiding. That night, he gathered the courage to call his girlfriend.
I also really wanted to tell you that I'm.
If you're happy with your message, press 1. To delete this message, press 2.
Sam had already given up hope, but on the day of the surgery, his girlfriend suddenly appeared in front of him.
Finish your sentence. What's the other reason you were calling?
Sam apologized for what he did before, and his girlfriend was relieved. She had always hoped that Sam would become the responsible and mature man he now was. Being a lawyer, she offered to help Sam resolve his company's lawsuit. Meanwhile, Sam's mother finally confessed everything from the past. She revealed that when she found out her husband had 2 families, she pressured him to make a choice. This led him to abandon Frankie and her mother, choosing Sam and his mother instead. It was cruel for Frankie, but everything Sam's mother did was out of a desire to protect her son. The real blame lay with Sam's father, who had created 2 families and left devastation in his wake. After the confession, Sam's mother handed him an old videotape. When Sam watched it, he was stunned by what he saw. He rushed to Frankie's place, but when he peeked through the window, he realized the house was empty. It turned out that Frankie had finally gone to the lawyer's office to collect the $150,000 inheritance, just as Sam had once advised. She had found a new home and decided to improve herself to give Josh a better future. One day, while Josh was playing with his phone, he stumbled across a video of him and Sam together. Watching the footage reminded him of the joy Sam had brought into his life. Feeling nostalgic, he secretly searched through the yellow pages while his mother wasn't looking and found Sam's address.
Well, that was quite a knock. Is it Halloween?
Is Sam home?
No, he's out. Who are you?
I'm Josh.
In that moment, Sam's mother realized that the boy before her was Frankie's son. After much internal struggle, she ultimately accepted the child. That day, while Frankie was on her way home with Josh, she saw Sam waiting at her doorstep. She knew this was all Josh's doing, but now that it had come to this, Frankie had no choice but to confront the situation. Sam honestly told his sister that before he met them, he felt like a failure, accomplishing nothing and being quite selfish. He had even considered taking the inheritance that belonged to Frankie for himself. But now, all he wanted was to protect his family. As for Frankie, she didn't know how to trust Sam again or how to handle their relationship.
How am I ever supposed to trust you?
Because we're family. And families make mistakes, and I'm the king of mistakes. I'm asking you to forgive me. And I know it's a lot. Let me be your brother. I am your brother. I want you to be my sister. That's all I want.
I think I waited my whole life for him to come back to me. Is that you?
Hearing this, Sam handed the letter of his father's will to his sister, which clearly stated a sentence. Then Sam played the videotape that his mother had given him. In the footage, young Frankie was often taken to the park by her mother, where she frequently complained about why her father didn't spend time with her. But as the camera shifted, it revealed a little boy who was always alone. It was Sam. Just like he had once complained before, his father always left him to play by himself without ever getting out of the car. Now they realized that this was the best way their father could think of to be there for both of them. The tape then showed a touching moment for Frankie. A childhood scene of Frankie and Sam playing together. At that time, the siblings didn't know each other's identities, but they were there for each other during their lonely childhoods. With that, this film comes to an end. People Like Us is a movie inspired by a true event. A mistake made by their father cast a shadow over both families for decades, particularly affecting the two children. Their father's betrayal led Frankie to struggle with her judgment of men, causing her to lose boundaries and succumb to alcoholism, ultimately not even knowing who Josh's father was. For Sam, his father was more of a concept. Although he had always been around because his father felt guilty toward Frankie, Sam never received the full paternal love he deserved. On the day of his father's funeral, he made excuses to miss it and left his mother to face it alone. The reason these two children, both wounded by their father's love, were ultimately able to forgive each other was because of their love for Josh and their love for each other. Feel free to leave your thoughts on this movie in the comments. See you in the next movie.